This is now part number 9, and we're going to put the biceps and triceps together in an arm segment here. So what we're looking at is not just the biceps and triceps, but multiple groups. But let's take a look at this. This is the bicep muscle. This is the brachialis, which lies right underneath it, and then we have the brachioradialis. Now, anytime you bend your arm, your biceps perform elbow flexion. They bend your elbow against resistance. So imagine a weight being in my hand. Now, if my palms are up, I'm going to emphasize the biceps. I'm going to have a little less tension in the brachialis and the brachioradialis. Now, if I just take my grip from palms up to a hammer grip or neutral grip, that's going to emphasize more so the brachioradialis. And if you look at my arm, that bump right there is the brachioradialis. And then if I do a palms down grip, like a reverse curl, they're often called, that is going to work more the brachialis. Now, a lot of people say, well, you're just working that. You're not. Well, you're working all of them still. You're just varying the degree of each one. So palms up, more bicep, a little less brachialis, brachioradialis. Whenever you bend here, brachioradialis, a little less of the others. Palms down, more brachialis. So based off of what you want to do, I suggest you always switch it up. If you have a weak point or something you really want to emphasize, do that. It's great. And then the triceps do the exact opposite. They lock the elbow out against resistance. Boom. Now, the grip will have some impact, but very little impact on the actual muscles that are being worked. We instead are going to change the shoulder position. We're also going to do this with biceps. I'm going to show you 5 different movements for biceps, triceps very quickly, and just show you how they emphasize the muscles working from different angles. So classic bicep movement or arm elbow flexion movement would be standing dumbbell curls. Now, here's the major mistake, and I'll show you how to correct it. Then when it's really heavy, it becomes basically a lower body movement, and you clean it up. So this is what we want to do. The goal is to stimulate the elbow flexors. All you do is bend the elbow, nothing else. The major mistake I find with my clients is they try to lift the weight all the way up. And when you do that, the elbow comes forward. As this occurs, it's more shoulders, less biceps, brachialis, brachioradialis. So more of the muscles we're not trying to work, less of the target muscles. So all you're going to do, stay tight, just bend the elbow, stay tight, stay tight, stay tight, go back up. Notice I'm squeezing like crazy. Same thing. Now we're going to change the angle. Same exact technique on an incline bench. I'm going to lay back, and maybe this time I'll do an incline press. And all I'm going to do is bend the elbow. But by changing the angle, I'm going to work the fibers slightly different. Now, I'm going to put I had my, look at my upper arm here. That was the first movement. Last movement, my arm was back here. Now we're going to put it up here on a preacher bench. So again, constant tension. All I'm doing is squeezing the biceps. Now here there's a cable, which is great because normally if I use dumbbells, there'd be no resistance up here. So the cable redirects gravity, so I have tension on the muscle the whole time. If I'm using dumbbells or a bar, I would only go up to about right there and squeeze it on my own. So those are the 3 movements, and I would switch my grip, palms down, neutral, palms up on all of them. Again, control, challenge, concentrate. Now, same principle here. We want to do triceps. Now we're locking out. So I'm going to lock in and just pull my hands apart as I lock my elbows out. Now, as I pull the hands apart, it creates more resistance. It's like I'm constantly trying to rip the rope in half. Now, as I fatigue, I can keep it in here and get more reps because it's actually less resistance. Then I would go down here, elbows in, I'm going to be stronger. Now I can take it to a deeper level of fatigue. Same principle, only thing moving is the elbows, pulling the hands apart. As I fatigue, I may keep my hands in a little narrower until I can only do them like this and finish the set with an isometric. Those techniques, changing the angles, but controlling the muscle, making the movement work for you. Those little things over time are going to stack up in your favor and get you tremendous results. That's the slight edge for arms.